Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him
Though
also.
this island seem to be desert, uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and as subtle as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
But that there's none or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground is indeed tawny.
With an eye of Greenland.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye. Or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are as fresh now as when we put them on in Africa, at the wedding of the Queen's fair daughter Claribel to the King of Tunis.
Oh, it was a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen. Not since Widow Dido's time.
Widow Dido, say you? You make me study that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis was Carthage.
Carthage.
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp.
He hath raised the wall and the houses too.
What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will put the island in his pocket and take it home his son for an apple.
And, sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem as fresh now as at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there. For coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from Baudrillard removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Baudrillard and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water whose enmity he flung aside and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared with his good arms in lusty stroke to the shore, that o'er his wave-worn basis bowed, as stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, no, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss, that would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on it. You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us, and the fair soul herself, weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Borgia have more widows in them of this business-making than we bring men to comfort them. Fault your own.
So is the dearest of the loss.
My Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
And most churchenly.
'Tis foul weather in all of us, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord,
He'd sow it with nettle seed.
Or docks or mallows.
and were the king on't, What would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine?
I' the Commonwealth I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate. Letters should not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil. No occupation. All men idle. All. And women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on't.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavour. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of it own all foison, all abundance to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects?
None, man, all idle, knaves and whores.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo!
And do you mark me, sir?
Prithee no more, thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave mettle. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would, sir, and then go a bat fowling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you. I would not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep, for I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. Ooh. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please, you said, do not omit the heavy offer of it. Seldom visits sorrow. When it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy. Oh. Oh.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
'Tis a quality of the climate.
Why doth it not then our eyelids sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together, all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. And yet methinks I see it in thy face what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and in my strong imagination I see a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do. And surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakst out of thy sleep. What is thou did say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep. Die, rather, wink'st whilst thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. You must be so too if heed me, which to do trebles the awe.
Well, I am standing water.
Then I shall teach you how to flow.
Do so. To ebb, hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish whilst thus you mock it, how in stripping it you more invest it. Ebbing men indeed do so at the bottom run by their own fear or sloth.
The setting of thy eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance, this who shall be of as little memory when he is earthed, hath here almost persuaded, for he's a spirit of persuasion, only professes to persuade the king his sons alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Oh, and out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No hope that way is another way so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond, but doubt, discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Borgia?
Claribel.
She that is Queen of Tunis? She that lives 10 leagues beyond man's life? She that from Borgia hath no note unless the sun were post, the man in the moon's too slow, till newborn chins be rough and razorable? She that from whom we all were sea swallowed, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's Queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Borgia. Twixt which regions there is some space.
Space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Claribel measure us back to Borgia? Keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake. Say this were death that now hath seized them. Or they are no worse than now they are. There be that can rule Borgia as well as he that sleeps. Lords that can prate as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. I myself could teach a chuff of as deep chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much feater than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
For your conscience.
Aye, sir. Where lies that? If it were a kibe, 'twould put me to my slipper, but I feel not this deity in my bosom. 20 consciences that stood twixt me and Milan. Candid be they, and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead. Who I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it can lay to bed forever, whilst you doing thus to the perpetual wink, for I might put this ancient scoundrel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our cause. As for the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gott's Milan, I'll come by Borgia. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute that thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
while you here do snoring lie. Open-eyed conspiracy, his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off a slumber and beware.
Let us both be sudden.
Awake! Awake!
Now, good angel, preserve the king!
Why, how now? Ho! Awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls or other lions. Did not wake you. It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, it was a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
On mine honour, sir, I heard a humming. And that's a strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. Then mine eyes did see their weapons drawn. There was a noise. That's verily. 'Tis best we stand our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead us from this ground, and let us make further search for my poor son.
And heavens keep him from these beasts. Oh, he's sure of the island.
Lead away.
Aches. Here's a maze trod indeed through forthrights and meanders. By your patience, sir, I must needs rest me.
Old Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here will I give up my hope. Keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned who thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad he is so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forgo the purpose you've promised to effect.
The next advantage will we take it throughly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are so oppressed with travail, they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight no more.
This, my good friends, hark!
Marvellous, sweet music.
Give us kind, keep us heavens. What were these?
The living drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns. that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix throne. One phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I cannot too much muse, such shapes, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, some kind of excellent, dumb discourse.
Now they have vanished, strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will please you taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe there were mountaineers dew-lapped like bulls, whose throats had hanging at them wallets of flesh? Or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find each putter out of 5 for 1 will bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny, that hath to instrument this lower world, and what is in it, the never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you. And on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you amongst men, being most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and even with such like valour, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well lead the loud winds, or with bemocked at stabs kill the still closing waters, as diminish one down that's in my gloom. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your straits, and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you, that you 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero, expose unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delaying, not forgetting, hath incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures, against your peace. Thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, whose wraths to guard you from, which here, in this most desolate isle, else falls upon your heads, is nothing but hard sorrow, and a clear life ensuing.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, proclaimed the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore, my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than e'er plummet sounded, and with him there lie, muddied.
Put one fiend at a time. I'll fight their legions o'er.
All 3 of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite